Greetings, fellow hand radio operators and experimentators. This is Rafael, Norway 3, Radio Papa, doing a small video here after the installation of the PAT70 Bravo. That's a 70 megahertz PAT that is inserted into the Yaesu FT891. The PAT was obtained many years ago from the hupRF.com. Actually, I see the date here. That was back in 2016. The objective was to put it on the 857 Yaesu that I also have, but I never did. Actually, I couldn't even done it because it implies some very minuscule soldering inside the radio. But I have my friends here, Rob, Alpha Charlie 3, Fox Mike, and Team KC3 OWZ, who yesterday assisted me in putting those little wires onto the rig. And well, now we're doing a test drive to show that it is working as a charm. On the display, you'll see the HDSDR that I'm using for connecting to the SDRPlay hardware. That is how the connection is between the radio, the SDRPlay, and this software. The SDRPlay is using antenna B, as in Bravo, and these things I don't even touch. They are default as the software sees the hardware. The sound card, you can use your PC audio setting. In my case, I'm line 1 because I'm using line 1 to transfer the audio to the audio on the PC, and also I'm using line 2 for the mic Behringer to be heard on the video that I'm doing. The bandwidth, I think I'm gonna make this 192. That's what picked up right now, but I'm gonna make it 192. And the input is not important. You can leave it as whatever is listed there. Under the options, the input is the default here. And under the input channel, both channels are added. And the output is AF. This is the way it works. The other settings might work or might not work. I'm not gonna mess with those. But right now, this is what is working. The right front end frequency options, this is the desired setting. The SDR hardware connected to antenna, default. And then last but not least is under the Cat2 radio, you use OmniRig to set up this, and I'm using Rig 1 on the OmniRig tab to connect to the 891 so that the radio and the software are in sync. As you can see, I'm using the frequency on the tune area is at 139, and if I move the dial on the radio, the software follows. Today or this weekend is the International RTTY contest, so there is plenty of activity. This is 10 meters, and most likely also 20 meter has a lot of activity or not. But this is in a nutshell how it ends up. The greatest of these, plugging the PAT onto the radio or any radio to that effect, is so that you can see the display of the band rather than just watching the display on your radio, because here you'll see the whole spectrum. And this bandwidth in here, the 2 megahertz, allows you to see the spectrum here in this area. If I actually, that's not the one, is the zoom. I'm sorry, it's the zoom. If I zoom, see how it gets all the way this big chunk of information there? You're talking about from 2800 all the way to 28950. That's the zooming, and that is in accord to the bandwidth here, 2 megahertz. Again, you can change this. You want to make it 10? Well, let's make it 10. What happened is the zooming, this is as close as range you can get, or this is as far as you can go, and you can drag this bar and go all the way down further. And you see activity here like on the CB band, or 11 meters. And there it is, there is some activity there. Alright. And you can move, I'm gonna change band here. Let's see what's from 20 meters. Oh, it ended up on the DG mode for FT8. So I can drag it. See, right now it's showing a lot of spectrum. We can use the zoom here. So the idea is for the point and click, okay? So you can point anywhere in the waterfall and your frequency will be dead on the spot. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I thank you kindly and for Rob, AC3FM, and Team KC3OWZ for making this possible. Thank you. And 73s, Rafael, NN3RP.